Will to Power and Übermensch versus Khudi and Shaheen by Nietzsche and Iqbal. What is good? All that heightens the feeling of power. The will to power, power itself in man. What is bad? All that proceeds from weakness. What is happiness? The feeling that power increases, that a resistance is overcome. Well, this sounds like something a Hitler or a Stalin would say. And sure enough, Hitler has used similar passages by Nietzsche from his book, unpublished book actually, Will to Power, for his heinous propaganda during 1920s. Poet and philosopher Iqbal has conveyed the same with the finesse of Urdu poetry. Much like Nietzsche uses Zarathustra as his mouthpiece for his philosophy, Iqbal uses in this poem a 10th century Middle Eastern philosopher Abu al-Mari, who was infamous for his ideas supporting veganism, rationalism, deism, and pessimism. Iqbal says, quote, कहते हैं कभी गोश्त न खाता था मरी, फल फूल पे करता था हमेशा गुजर औकात, एक दोस्त ने भुना हुआ तीतर उसे भेजा, शायद कि वो शातिर इसी तरकीब से हो मात, ये खान ने तरो ताज़ा मरी ने जो देखा, ये खान ने तरो ताज़ा मरी ने जो देखा, कहने लगा वो साहिब गुफरान और लजूमात, ए मुर्ग के बेचारा जरा ये तो बता तू, तेरा वो गुनाह क्या था है जिसकी ये मुफाकात, अफसोस सद अफसोस के शाही ना बना तू, देखा ना तेरी आंख ने फितरत के इशारात, तकदीर के काजी का ये फतवा है अजल से, तकदीर के काजी का ये फतवा है अजल से, है जुर्म ज़ईफ़ी की सज़ा मर्ग मफाजात। ये बोल के फिर मर्री ने वो तीतर खाया था या नहीं, इसका सबूत हमें इकबाल की शायरी में तो नहीं मिलता। well, इसी से मिलता जुलता कंसेप्ट नीचे ने जो डेवलप किया उसे कहते हैं उबरमेंश और सुपरमैन। सो व्हाट इज उबरमेंश? well, Nietzsche's Ubermensch or Nietzsche's Superman is a creative individual who does not merely follow or obey the laws of others, even the laws of God. The Ubermensch's meaning then is a meaning of creation, both the creation of self and of the world. Nietzsche does not envision any single individual or social group to be Superman or even fated to become Superman. It is an ideal to strive for. सो बेसिकली अगर मोटा मोटी तौर पे समझना हो उबरमेंच को, जिसको इंग्लिश में कई लोग सुपरमैन भी ट्रांसलेट करते हैं, तो उबरमेंच इज समवन with an ultimate subjective hold on its actions, and any mention of objectivist morality, well, he abhors. Nietzsche's Übermensch rejects the social moral structure of a society with priest at the top who imparts divine commandments. Übermensch basically वो idea है humanity का that upon dispensing with objectivist morality, he or she has overcome his own nihilism also. Well, Übermensch esteems certain values and virtues contextually. It's important, contextually, rather than adhering to them absolutely. And most importantly, he is not bothered by the valuation of him or her by others. और औरों की वैल्यूएशन का किस पे असर नहीं होता, वीक इंसान पे तो होता है. Therefore, will to power. And that's why Nietzsche abhors weakness. A Nietzschean inversion of a popular wisdom is thus weakness corrupts and absolute weakness corrupts absolutely. तो फिरंगी इकबाल से अब हम आते हैं देसी नीचा पे. That is what Iqbal meant when he said तकदीर के काजी का ये फतवा है अजल से, है जुर्म ज़ईफ़ी की सज़ा मर्ग मफाजात, which can be translated into that it is an eternal decree of the judge sitting in the judgment on destinies, that weakness is a crime punishable by death. The concepts of Übermensch and will to power as constructed by Nietzsche find echoes in the concepts of Shaheen and Khudi respectively as formulated by Iqbal. The echoes are so loud that one could even smell plagiarism. But to be fair to Iqbal, his influences were many and from every corner of the world. But still, Nietzsche seems to be the most influential regarding these. Also, Iqbal was someone one could describe as a Momin, and also he was an Indian. So he was not at all ready to fall into nihilism when he has the cushy sport of vast civilizational history and religious indoctrination as well. Like a true Indian of his time, he took a novel concept developed by Nietzsche based on scientific research of the time and wrapped it in religious rumali roti and served it to his Desi audience. His works, written in English, are much less inspired by tradition and religion than the Urdu and Persian works. Whatever may be the depth of Nietzsche's work, they won't ever compare to the romanticism of Iqbal's poetry. So let's try to learn Übermensch through Iqbal's poetry. In his famous Nazm titled Shaheen, Iqbal says, quote, किया मैंने उस खाकदां से किनारा जहां रिज़्क़ का नाम है आब दाना, बियाबां की खलवत खुश आती है मुझको, अज़ल से है फितरत मेरी राहबाना, न बादे बहारी न गुलचे न बुलबुल, न बीमारी ये नगमा आशिकाना, खयाबानों से है परहेज लाजिम, अदाएं हैं इनकी बहुत दिलबराना, हवाए बियाबां से होती है कारी, जवां मर्द की ज़रबत गाजियाना, हमामो कबूतर का भूखा नहीं मैं, कहे जिंदगी बाज की जाहिदाना, झपटना पलटना पलट कर झपटना, लहू गर्म रखने का है एक बहाना, ये पूरब ये पश्चिम चकोरों की दुनिया, मेरा नीलगू आसमां बेकराना, परिंदों की दुनिया का दरवेश हूं मैं, कि शाही बनाता नहीं आशियाना. While this nazm screams of individuality, the crucial difference between Iqbal and Nietzsche's concept of individuality is that while Nietzsche's individuality is unfettered whatsoever, Iqbal wants one to be free but also wants one to be attached to the roots of religion and culture. On the other hand, for Nietzsche, individualism, quote, is a modest and still unconscious form of will to power. With it, a single human unit seems to think it sufficient to free himself from prepondering power of society. He does not set himself up in a position as a personality, but merely as a unit. He represents the rights of all other individuals as against the whole. That is to say, he instinctively places himself on a level with every other unit. What he combats, he does not combat as a person, but as a representative of units against a mass. When one has reached a certain degree of independence, one always longs for more. Unquote. Well, that is all over the place and quite an introduction. So, okay. I think this video warrants a disclaimer, since both Iqbal and Nietzsche are taught as subjects in various reputed universities, and I am not a scholar of any of it. These are just my understanding which I have got as an autodidact. So take all of this with a pinch of salt. Thank you.